I don't want a good dirt bike, I want a freaking great dirt bike. I'm Kyle with Dirt Bike Channel, stick around. You know, these days it seems like everybody makes a good dirt bike, especially if you're talking about a motocross bike like Kawasaki, Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha. At least 3 of the 4 of those Japanese brands make a really good MX bike. Then as you move into the off-road or enduro segment, there's even more choices out there. You got Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, KTM, Husqvarna, Beta, Sherco, Gas. The list goes on and on and on because there's actually more of us riding off-road and enduro out there than there are MX. And all those brands out there, they all make good dirt bikes. Every single one of them makes good dirt bikes. But the question I want to answer today is what separates a good dirt bike from a great dirt bike? In the end, a lot of this is going to come down to what you think, because it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think about what is good and what is great. Over the last 10 years, I've owned actually over 40 bikes. As of this bike right here, it's my 41st bike in 10 years, and I've got more coming hopefully next year. And that's given me a unique perspective on what's good and what's great. And I'll go on record right now to say that all of the bikes that I have owned over these last 10 years have been good in certain ways. Many of them have been good in just about every way, and a handful of them have been great in several ways. But oh baby, there's been a handful of these bikes that have been absolutely lights out, freaking amazing and great bikes for me. And honestly, I'm not doing this video to say like, oh, this one was a great one or that one was a great one. What I want to focus on in this video is what I think separates a good bike from a great bike and how you can kind of determine if you've got a good one or a great one for you. So these ideas are in no particular order, but just the first thing I think about is a great bike has to make me feel alive. And I know that's kind of a weird subjective way to think about it, but some bikes I'm on, I just feel like I'm kind of going through the motions, whereas other bikes, it just sets all of my senses on fire, and I just feel like this like tingling all through my body, and I am just sensors are on overload, and the bike is just doing that to me and making me feel alive, like my heart is beating out of my chest and it's tingling down through my fingers, and I'm just like grinning ear to ear. Another thing the bike's got to do is it's got to kind of make me feel like a hero. It's almost like it senses what I want to do and then overlays that with what it knows it can do from like an engineering standpoint, and then bridges the gap between the two in such a seamless way that I can't even tell the difference. All while maintaining some sort of a composure and some sort of a calmness to the frame of the chassis that you don't really know that you were ever getting close to upsetting it. Another thing that I think about is like all the great bikes sort of kind of dissolve from underneath me. You know, in other words, it's almost like they become an extension of my body. So not so much that they're dissolving, it's just that the connection between me and the bike just seems to be so close and so bonded that it doesn't really feel like I'm riding a bike. It just feels like we are going along through time and space. It's pretty cool. You get to the point with a great bike where your body and your bike are just working in like perfect harmony, and it's like you've got this neuro connection between your brain and the throttle and the engine and the wheels and the ground, and it's just one solid unit all the way down, and that is a great bike. Another feature of a great bike is it gives you just enough feedback from the terrain that you know you're kind of riding the ragged edge of where the grip is, but it doesn't lose its composure while doing it. The great bikes in my mind actually cover up for my deficiencies and kind of make me look good. And it's almost like it knows that I'm the boss and its job is to make me look good, and it just covers up for where I suck. That's a great bike. And lastly, I know this is kind of relating to the others, but a great bike works with you, not against you. It improves your strengths, it covers your weaknesses, and they just have this special thing that they're doing. Keep in mind that every rider is different, and there's no real like one size fits all great bike out there. What I think is great, you might not think is great because you have different needs, you have different body position, you have a different riding style, you have a totally different terrain that you ride. Maybe you're riding motocross, maybe you're riding GNCC, all of these different things. Maybe you're riding the sand dunes all the time, which is really going to affect what is a great bike for you. And just because I think it's great doesn't necessarily mean you think it's great. I mean, you'd be wrong, but I can't really help that, can I? Lastly, I would say that our needs change over time as we progress as riders. When you were 16, probably maybe this YZ125 was the perfect bike for you. Now you're 35 and maybe it's a 250XC or a 300XCW that is the perfect bike for you. Maybe now you're 70 years old and you really like your 500 4-stroke or something like this. So your needs change over time. What's great for you is gonna evolve over time, so don't get stuck from decade to decade without ever trying any new things. Guys, I hope you like these videos. I had a lot of fun making this one. If you want to get entered to win one of these 3 dirt bikes right here, you can go to my website right now. If you go there between December 15th of 2020, we are giving away this KTM 250XC, that KTM 300XCW, and the Sherco 300 SEF Factory, so 2 2-strokes and a 4-stroke. 2 of those bikes I would say are absolutely lights out great, 2 of my favorite bikes ever, and then this bike also is one of my favorite 4-stroke single track bikes ever. 3 really awesome bikes. I don't pull any punches with this stuff. I will do a full review of the Sherco before we do it, but head over to dirtbikechannel.com right now. You can get entered. We've got hats, we've got shirts, we have hoodies, we have tie downs, we have toe straps, we have water bottles, we have a bunch of stuff over there. Of course, no purchase is necessary, but time is of the essence. You've got to go before December 15th of 2020 this year in order to get entered to win these 3 bikes. Other great ways to support Dirt Bike Channel is you can use the links down in the video description to Rocky Mountain ATV, Motorsport, and Amazon. I have those links over on my website at dirtbikechannel.com. Go over there and check that out. And I think that's it. Until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastic day /week/month and leave a single track. Thanks.